Hello and welcome to a new episode of a Z2D app critique. Look at us, all four of us here in the room. It's a new crowd. We're doing MetaMask, which is a crypto wallet. You can also, I think, buy on the platform too. Crypto is obviously increasing so much in popularity that we thought we would give that a shot in one of our app critiques. So we're going to get straight into it in today's session. Let's start by actually looking at the App Store.
I'd just like to announce I have my 100th NFT, so I'm super experienced here. And I'm in debt quite a lot.
Yeah, how many of them have dropped from their resale value?
It's the opposite question you should ask, really.
Okay, cool.
I think for me, I like how on the preview, if you go on the side, they give you the benefits the app gives you. So if you scroll there on the top, they mention different things like the advantages. So I think I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a nice breakdown. I wonder why they didn't start with that though. They've gone for a focus on the actual visual rather than saying like, hey, I mean, send payments anywhere to the world is a big deal, right? Surely that should be like a very popular thing.
Maybe just to like captivate them and get them more excited with just the visuals first and then get into the text.
Potentially, yeah. All right, let's have a look at the actual app itself. Cool. So we're going to go through an onboarding flow, and this is what we see starting up with. So DJ, do you want to kind of take us through what you're seeing?
Well, I want everyone watching to pause the video and rewind so you can watch that splash screen animation because it was the fox just coming in.
Oh,
I don't know if it'll do use that. Oh, there you go. Boom. Yeah, love that.
Nice.
It's a little bit of extra delight in there. Always love that. So it's very cool. I think they've got some nice illustrations here. One thing I will say, especially with onboarding stuff, is you get the header stuff on like welcome to MetaMask, and you've got the bit below trusted by millions. I'd probably say 1 out of 100 people are going to read that trusted by millions. It's so tiny.
Always.
Tiny.
Also, you have the MetaMask logo at the top, and then it's like, welcome to MetaMask. Like, we already know we're in MetaMask.
This is such a common thing I find when it comes to copy. Why do people feel as though they need to repeat certain things? Like you can take a tougher stance on it, right? And say, look, it's kind of obvious.
And then they also repeat the name again and trusted by millions. MetaMask. Just to make
Hey guys,
sure
what platform are we on? I wasn't sure.
You're right, it's Coinbase.
Coinbase.
I think that trusted by millions. the trusted by millions, I think as well, is probably a big point which could be emphasized more, right? As I said, buried away, no one's going to read it. But yeah, I like the carousel dots they've got standard, and they've got the button CTA at the bottom to keep you going as well, just in case people don't know how to swipe. And I guess it's the same thing again, really. We've got the standard, is it the magic 3 that you have when it comes to carousels, like 3 things? Because if you do any more than that, it's going to be too overwhelming. Any less than that, I think there's nothing to your app. So yeah, I think 3 is a nice number, fairly standard.
You know, the illustrations are really nice. That's a very good point, DJ. What I'm starting to think of is, you mentioned about trust. Like in this space, trust and security is very important, as we're going to see when we kind of go through this flow. And I'm actually quite surprised that here in the preview, in the kind of description for MetaMask, and also in the app, they're not highlighting that more. It feels like more of an aesthetic and a visual thing that they're going for. But I'm like, does that make sense? Because trust, I feel as though, is almost the most important thing when it comes to cryptocurrency for like regular users. Cool. All right, let's get into the actual onboarding. All right, we're going to create a new wallet. I actually don't have one to import in. It's very bad of me. I'm hosting all of my crypto on exchanges, which, if you know anything about crypto, is not what you should do. So we're going to create a new wallet.
Whoa, this is what it looks like. Can you go back at all?
Oh, can I go back? Yeah. Oh,
yeah. This what? Yeah. What? I'm confused what this. I thought something hadn't loaded in the middle there, like that middle section. I thought, what's going on? This is empty. And again, but this.
Do you want to know something else?
I'm going to keep talking about that all the time. What?
Look at the bottom of the. Look at the very bottom. Notice anything?
By proceeding, you
What
agree to these terms and
the T and
conditions.
The
C's?
T's and C's. Honestly, every app that I see, I'm just like, they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller when you're agreeing to T's and C's.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't
all
know
the
if
What
it's
size
my
do we think that is?
you usually see the
I
primary
agree.
button on top and then the secondary button, but then over here it's the opposite.
yeah.
Very good
Also,
point.
like, I don't know if it's my screen, but that color they use for the primary CTA is kind of quite like clashes a bit. Like my eyes are a bit like, ouch. You
But
get
when
that
you
as
think
well
I
about it
think
as
it's
the
probably
well,
also
phone.
the
the reason
illustration.
I was going to say probably the reason for having it lower is because of touch points, and then that's just
Mm.
easier to reach.
Yeah, something that
Yeah.
we've covered a few times on our app critiques is the thumb radius zone. I always forget what the name is. Like we've done it so many times now. We should the thumb heat zone
Does
or
it have
thumb
a
heat
name?
map.
Does it have a name?
Oh, I think so.
We should
But
give
yeah,
it a name if it doesn't have a name.
yeah, we should create the name, shouldn't we? Really, the amount of times we've spoken about it. But yeah, I had to bring us back to the screen because I think this is a funny screen for many reasons.
Especially when you actually go from the visuals here. This feels very clear, and it feels a bit discontinuous now.
Okay, no, wait, seriously. What size do we think that TNC text is? Is that like 4 pixels or like 6 pixels?
Yeah, it is so small. I don't think you'd be able to actually see that without zooming in. It's
Maybe
incredibly
that's
small.
their obviously strategy. We love a good dark pattern, don't we, Karina?
Yes, sir. Anyway.
Okay, let's create a
let's
new
get
wallet
started.
real quick. Yeah. Okay, well, what do we have here?
Yeah, so we got the progress bar at the top. I think it's nice they've
It's
got a progress bar.
tiny.
It is quite small, and the text again is probably about 4 pixels font.
Yeah.
That
I'm
seems to
like
be in their
getting
design
close
system.
to the screen to try and read what it says.
Huh? Wait, what's the password? I think you want to take out the looking and then we'll do it right.
I like that they have the password strength on there, though.
This is true. That is good. And the show hide for the password, I guess you normally have an icon and text as well, but I guess having text is fine. It's better than maybe just an icon because it's still clear. That's cool. One thing that I was a bit confused at the beginning is that checkbox. Well, you've got a toggle and you've got a checkbox kind of quite next to each other, and the toggle is meant to be to unlock with Face ID, I assume, but it's kind of like it's quite spaced apart.
Yeah. It's also not horizontally aligned to unlock the Face ID.
Aligned, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. And also, if you look at the margins used for like the top, like the last like section on the progress bar, the number 3, it's like I thought DJ would be like crying inside, like the margins.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Someone wrap the text. I'll give you a small point, DJ. You'll probably love this, but there is actually an animation on this little checkbox.
I didn't see that.
It doesn't really make sense, but yeah. Animation nonetheless. Like this MetaMask screams of built by developers. It feels a bit mixed up right now. I wonder how many designers they have on the team. Okay, let's create this really useful password. Now what? Yeah, I'll give it Face ID.
Oh, a video.
Secure your wallet.
A video on step 2. That's interesting. I would say that's a bit involved, a bit intense for an onboarding. But actually, we did speak about trust and obviously spoke about how people can be new to this space or crypto and security. So actually, having a video is quite a good way to actually get people to actually understand it, because the alternative is to have the text below, which again, who's going to read that? Like, it's so tiny. I like that they've gone to the effort to try and bold the last sentence so you can try and read it. But yeah,
it's really hard to read that paragraph. They're mixing like, a link. I think that's a link with like bold, and everything's in the same paragraph.
But yeah, I like how they've
Okay,
added
so
the video, because usually even if you have a demo video on your product, people might not even look at it and try to figure things out themselves. But yeah, on different steps, you'd expect a user to get something done, or a user would expect something to get done manually. But this is good because yeah, you're forcing them to understand your product before getting onto it.
I have a challenge to all of you on this, and it's going to hit home on what we've said about different levels of users. I don't know what app that does this or if I've ever seen this before, but I wonder if it's worth asking if you're like an experienced crypto person or if you're a newbie. Because this type of thing of secret recovery passphrases for an experienced person, you're never going to watch this video. You're just going to go straight into what your passphrases are and then want to note them down. And it kind of makes me think throughout this whole flow, I wonder if it's just worth asking that at the beginning, almost like, have you been here before? I think DJ, we've done that with some apps before. It's like, that's obviously for like logging in, but it kind of makes me think, asking them about their almost level of experience. Are you a vet? Are you not a veteran? That could actually like make a better experience, targeted experience, basically. Because this kind of stuff is really necessary if you've never opened a wallet before. But I'm never going to watch this video because I've done it. Like once you do it once or twice, you're never going to watch this.
But do you feel like it's the same experience for all like apps like that are for like crypto wallets? Because I think this is quite like unique for this one, right? This is how they're telling you like how they send you like a secret phrase to make sure you don't get locked out.
You'll have a phrase for all of them. Like every wallet will, you'll have to store the phrase. But yeah, I don't know how many do have like an informative video. But it did just make me think that the kind of divide between people that have done this before and people that haven't done it before, it's worth streamlining some of this, because there's just like very core and fundamental concepts that you would just be aware of, like passphrases, if you've ever done this before.
Yeah. The counter I'll give is in for their benefit. Just going to say quickly the fact that they might be new users to the platform, majority of them not knowing about crypto, so actually the majority use case is actually for learning as opposed to existing people.
Yes, that'll be good to get some metrics on. But let's start this process. So you secure. Sorry, if I just take a step back. I'm still on step 2 in the progress bar at the top.
Yeah,
but I've moved to a new screen.
There's a
lot. There's just so much. What? Why is there so much stuff? And why is it so small? Look at everyone.
Yeah, I'm like, hello. I should get my glasses. It's asking you to write it down on a piece of paper. Other options.
I'm glad you got to that, because it sounds like that's the most important point from this screen, Marta. But I'm not sure how you found that, because I think the title says secure your wallet.
It's so funny how they put so much importance into writing your secret phrase on a piece of paper, and then it's like the risks are you lose it, you forget where you put it, someone else finds it. Wow, all that space used for that.
You know what, I found this is like actually a big problem in a lot of headings in digital experiences, which is, why does the heading not actually tell me what you're talking about? Why is it always some sort of little tease to making me then read the rest of the screen? Like, here it says secure your wallet, but shouldn't it be more along the lines of either like, get your pen and paper ready, or this is an important step? Like, secure your wallet? I mean, I know I'm in that phase. The progress bar at the top tells me that.
Yeah, and also it's a bit contradicting, because it's telling you like secure your wallet, but then it's telling you, and then it's telling you if you write it on a piece of paper, the security level is very strong, but you have the risk that you'll lose it, you'll forget it, or that someone else will find it. So it doesn't really give me that trust I'm looking for when I'm securing my wallet.
What annoys me is the CTA, because I just came from a screen that said start, and now again it's telling me to start. I'm like, bro, I already started.
Yeah, it's like keep starting.
We're gonna keep starting. Descriptive CTAs.
What happens if you click on why is it important?
If you go back, these links are great, because if you go backwards, the remind me later also says not recommended and deleted.
These people are funny.
But wait, the highly recommended isn't in brackets though. So that's clearly a distinction.
And have they bolded it at least? They haven't even made it bold.
No, but it's font pixel 0 though. That's helpful.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into this passphrase. I don't really care. You guys can see all this stuff.
Betray. Wow.
We're still on step 2. What the hell?
Wait, so Saki, are you gonna delete this account after this video?
Yeah. Don't worry. We're not gonna actually buy anything with this account. Otherwise, that would obviously be.
Or it could just be a surprise for anyone that actually tries to use it. They can find some money.
Maybe that's we do like a little we post this and we say the first person to get the recovery phase gets 1 ETH.
Yeah. Wow. So you have to actually write this whole phrase like betray, aerobic, record, equal. Polar.
Yeah, so I've just written mine down.
You just choose one, right? Okay.
I've literally written these down now.
No, there's no choosing. All of those down. What?
No,
I thought you just choose one.
Yeah, I thought that too. Or you chose a phrase with one of those words or something. Like you personalize the phrase, so it's easier to remember.
Okay.
A little bit of context would probably help in this one. Is you need to store all of this for your recovery. If you were to have them use it somewhere else or lose your account, etc., that kind of thing. So you got to have. It's just like a super complicated password, right?
They made a mistake. It had to be, this is your secret recovery phrases.
No, because all of those words make up one phrase.
Yeah.
Which is a phrase that doesn't make any sense, to be honest. But
no, it's not actually a phrase, guys. It's just a set of...
Saki, you have to store it in your safety box. Quick.
Look. This has clearly highlighted this whole secret recovery phrase thing is broken. This needs to be really well thought out. The amount of misinterpretations and comedy stand-up we've had from looking at these screens is incredible.
Yeah.
And also the button, by the way, keeps moving in vertical, in the vertical axis, which, as we know, is not good because I'm moving my fingers up and down the screen. I want to have one center point to always refer to.
And it's sometimes inside that kind of container, then sometimes outside that container.
Yeah. Oh God, the design system. Their design system must be really good, or non-existent. Okay, let's do this. Want to play a game? No, I'm just gonna play through.
Oh,
this is fun.
That's cool.
Talk through. Yeah.
Okay, I like
We're still on step 3, by the way.
This is fun.
I like we're actually testing you though, because it's testing to see when you actually know the information, and then just be like skip, sorry, start.
This is the part where we put a few years later.
It is good though, DJ. Your point. They're verifying it too. You know how Coinbase do something similar in their education is once you've watched a video, they will ask you a question relating to that video to make sure you kind of watched it. It's definitely sensitive.
Oh, but they've actually, sorry, I just looked at the point number 3. It's wrapped now, text.
Yo, there is no design system. There is no design system at all. Or maybe they squeezed the bounding box.
What, during the onboarding flow, they squeezed it?
Yeah.
And also, I'm thinking, this is a question for the group, I guess. It tells you success. Wouldn't you expect to be taken automatically to the next screen? Or do you think they leave it so you can, I don't know, write it down in a different paper?
And some of them... I think it depends. Some apps usually just go automatically and then they just want to,
There's no rush at this point, right?
Tiny.
It is like a, I mean, this is a very important stage of the journey. So I don't know if necessarily optimizing and being efficient, which by the way goes against the very fabric of my being, it is necessary for
Or
this.
maybe just having that satisfaction that, oh my God, I finally completed it, and just like tapping that after like that whole process you've gone through.
That's what I was gonna say. Like you can have a nice success message that's a bit more.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You guys
Let's go.
Kind of preempted it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Awesome stuff. Okay, we will wrap it there. You can see obviously the dashboard of MetaMask. We will get onto this in a future episode, but today we will have closed up onboarding. Very extensive look at that experience. In a future episode, we'll look at the buying, sending, and holding of the crypto, and also things like the navigation on the MetaMask app as well, which should be really interesting talking points for all of us. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye from the team for now.
Don't forget to change your passwords.
No, it's public. This thing is public. Like, everyone gets to access it. We'll see. I wonder if someone would actually steal it if we bought like £10 worth of ETH. And then we could create an article saying how I created a public profile and got my thing stolen. It just, content creates itself.
Amazing.